I think intros of podcasts are just really annoying. I always just think, can you just get to the fucking
No, I
point?
like the intro. When I listen to them, I'm like, yeah, I like that.
Get on with it. Stop introducing me. Stop telling me where to follow and what to do. Just get on with it.
Okay, I think she wants us to get on with it.
Sorry, hi guys. It's actually me from the future. So this was my first ever recording of a podcast episode, and I'm being a bit frigid in it. Like, you can see I'm being timid. And I do think the next episode I kind of calmed down a bit, but there's a few things I just missed off here because I was getting myself into tears. So basically, I'm Holly. I'm like a content creator, and then that who I'm with, the matey, is my boyfriend Rory. Technically fiance, but that just feels cringe. So we're just gonna like absolutely brush over that little detail. And basically, the context of this set, right, and this podcast is that the idea is it's like a magazine, because I think magazines are just full of lousy advice. It's meant to be like an ironic take on that. And I am like the magazine editor because I'm head of providing lousy advice, because I feel like all I've ever been in my whole life is either given lousy advice or shared lousy advice. And I just thought it'd be quite fun to kind of take the piss out of that. And then Rory is the intern coming along. Right, let's go back to where we were.
So on that note... Oh, hello.
Can I help you?
I'm here for the intern role.
Are you? What's your name?
My name's Rory.
Nice. I'm Holly, the editor here at the Lousy Digest. We discuss all the lousy advice we've ever been given.
And I'm the new intern. This is the only bit of like role play we're doing, right? I don't think, okay,
there's no
good.
more role play after this. Absolutely not. You're just making me laugh.
I'm doing anything.
I know, but that's why you just got a funny face. So you're coming in here today and you're going to help us with this episode of the podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about all the lousy advice about work. I thought basically I've had every job under the sun, and it could be a good way for you to like get to know me and Rory, but whatever. The reason we're also doing this work episode is because I would say excitingly, but it's also quite terrifying, Rory is now going to be working with me on all things content.
Yeah, apparently so. Been working in tech consulting. Yeah, very exciting, very sexy. Contract recently finished, and Holly said, why don't you come and get an internship at Lousy? And I thought, yeah, why not? Let's give it a go. I'm a bit nervous about this whole thing because I get a lot of videos on like TikTok, Instagram, where it's someone talking as if I'm talking right now, and then it's clipped, and then they're like, what is this bozo on about? And then all the comments are like, they need to make podcast equipment more expensive. We don't care what you've got to say. You've literally got nothing interesting to say. And I haven't said anything at all interesting so far. And I feel like this is going to get clipped. So if you do clip it, fair enough, because it's probably warranted. Just like block me before you do it, because I don't want to see it. Rory on TikTok. Thank you. Sorry, tangent, but I just wanted to set expectations with the listeners and the viewers, because it's audio and video.
You are really killing the vibe of this podcast so far, which is also concerning me. But I'm hoping that I can like overdo it on the facial expressions and like the tone of voice, because you are so monotone that I like listening to that was painful. Like I really had to count in my head, like count down from 10 multiple times to not interject you, because it was so dull. But
what do you want me to do? Is that better?
Yeah, that was a bit more, yeah. But I agree. I understand that there's a lot of podcasts.
I think that's just my voice.
Yeah, I think it is, which is a shame, but whatever. There's nothing we can do about that. There's a lot of podcasts that we understand where it is couples like just bleating on at each other. We're no different. So if it is boring, please just don't let us know. Or just just block us.
There must be a USP. We've got to be different. We can't just be bleating on. There's got to be something.
There's got to be something that's different.
Let's tell these kind of people why they want to listen.
Okay, so have you got any ideas as to why someone would listen?
So I thought that the reason people might want to listen to this is you're going to be talking people through the different lousy advice that you've either given, received throughout your life.
Yeah.
And just navigating that minefield and saying to listeners, look, this is advice. It might be lousy, but listen to us, because we are the newest podcast in town.
Who are you talking to and what are you doing?
I don't know, but let's forget that bit ever happened and let's move on.
Also, sorry, Rory, like, what was that? He is literally the star of the show. Like, I thought he was going to be there, all timid, quiet, not really saying anything. He's giving us full monologues. I don't know what got into Rory Toft, who put 2 pence in him, but I fear I'm going to get booted off this show. Like, I think what's going to happen here is that the ratings are going to come in. Everyone's going to be like, she's boring. We want more of him. That is going to be embarrassing. Imagine if they actually get him a new co-host and I'm just kicked off. What if that breaks us up? What if we never end up together anymore? It's too much to think about, but I just want you to know I was not expecting Rory to be loving it so much. This has also become the Rory show?
Okay,
this is odd.
Yeah,
You've got more to say. Can I talk?
No, that's also what I'm self-conscious about.
Right.
I feel like, because obviously no one's listening to this, listen to me, and they're going to be like, who's this guy?
Yeah.
So
you're going to talk some more?
No, I just want to make sure that I'm not talking that much, but I also don't want to... I'd like people
Stop talking? Like,
once
what?
you've done one or two,
Okay.
could you give us like a ratio of like Holly to Rory of what you'd like? I'm thinking people would probably want like 90-10.
So why are you giving them
10 me? Because I'm just
the
trying
opposite?
I'm just like explaining myself, and I'll be quiet for the rest of the episode.
Okay.
I think 90-10. If you do like anything I've come out with today, let me know. We can increase that number to 20-80 maybe. Who knows? By the end, it might be my show.
Yeah, okay, anyway. So basically, the whole premise of the podcast is going to be the lousy advice, because I think a lot of like girls at my age, our whole lives have just been us being like funneled the loads of lousy advice. And it's like from friends, it's in magazines, it's on TV, it's everywhere. And I think rather than like trying to come on here and bleat on and pretend I know anything, because I absolutely don't, I'd rather be unpicking some of that lousy advice and then also shoving a little bit more on. Again, I think I was being too frigid on here to actually think and try and work out like, why is my podcast called Lousy Advice and what am I actually trying to like dissect and stuff here. And basically the concept to me is that I think we're all trying to validate our own experience, and you kind of use social media and podcasts and stuff to do that. But a lot of the time I feel like I'm just looking in the complete wrong place. Like I watch so many podcasts which have got such inspirational people, and they're like, here's how to have a 5 a.m. morning routine, or here's the 6 steps you've got to take to lower your cortisol and this. And I'm like, yeah. And I watch it and I think I'm actually just not that person. Like that advice is just going to go over my head. And actually, like, what are things that are what are actual some bits of lousy advice that either I've heard from some friends that are similar to me, or that I have in my head worked out and been like, do you know what, that is weird, but I think it's going to work. And I just thought we could kind of be more down that path. And I just think like so many of you DM me and stuff with like some of the ways that you managed to work around your ADHD or managed to work around a breakup. And they're so funny because they're just so odd, but they are actually really the things that work. So I'm hoping in the idea down the line here is that we're kind of rewriting the advice columns and stuff with the stuff that really the average person is thinking and doing. So yeah, that's a better explanation. Well done, current Holly. Past Holly, you didn't quite nail that, but it's fine because your hair looks good. I think that is kind of what the vibe is. So yeah, that's that. Anyway.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Did you just turn sideways so you could show off your jaw?
No,
you
what?
did.
Oh, there's a camera. I thought it was...
You stop winking at them as well. You've got a girlfriend. You've actually got a fiancé, little motherfucker.
So let's start the workday by ironing out what issues we need to iron out.
Yeah, babe.
What I'd like to start it with is what's something this week that you've got your knickers in a twist about. And to do this, Intern has come up with an idea.
Come on, Intern, make it rain. Oi, oi. For audio only listeners, sorry, I feel like you're going to need some context here. Basically, I came up with this like section that I wanted to do called Knickers in a Twist, and saying like, okay, what things this week have got us knickers in a twist. However, I wanted to like make this a visual as well. So I tasked Rory with building a situation where you could physically get a big pair of pants and you could twist it so that I could be like, oh, I don't know, came on my period, didn't realise that's got my knickers 7 out of 10 in a twist. So what we're now discussing is what Rory's created, because it's the worst thing I've ever seen. That man, you know, give him a keyboard in a meeting, he's going to fly. Give him a physical task. It's not looking good. Whose are those? Sexy pants. I like how the pants...
Are yours, aren't they?
Yeah, I like how the pants have got a little slit up the side as well.
Easy
A
access.
little bit more... what, to the thigh?
Okay, so I go in.
Yeah, go.
Segment 1, don't get your knickers in a twist. So here's the pants, the naughty knickers that we're going to be twisting round.
You need to not say naughty knickers.
Few bits of kit that come into this. Number 1, drill.
Yeah. Whoa, come on.
And then
this is a boy's dream.
Yeah,
Pants
what we
and
need
drills.
to do
Naughty
is
knickers,
just
sorry.
bear with me for a second.
I'd like to add that this has been Rory's main job for the last week to work out how this was going to happen, and this is this is as far as we've got. His timesheet would at least say 6 hours spent on this.
Yeah, minimum. So I've actually ordered some even like bigger naughty knickers that will be here hopefully for next week. The segment's going to grow. I'll hand back over to the head CEO of Lousy to ask her,
Yeah.
what's got your knickers in a twist this week?
What's got my knickers in a twist this week is Rory is now working with me full time. So as much as he is my intern on this podcast, he is actually working full time with me on content. I'm not sure how long for, considering that honestly was his main job for last week, and that's all he's provided me with.
Hello, we'll put all this together.
Yeah, but still, like, that looks absolutely shit. That is so BTEC.
Wait till you see it in action.
Can
we get on with the segment?
Yeah, sorry. Okay, fine. But basically, Rory's working with me, right? And in my head, that means it's between 9 and 6. He should be doing the tasks that I'm setting him. I think that's absolutely fair. I like to go to Zumba on a Thursday, right? And I've been going for a year. The one thing that does upset me is I don't have a single friend there. No one talks to me. No one looks at me. I think it's because I'm better than all of them, but whatever. Now, I said to Rory, can you come with me? And he said, no. And I'm saying, but babe, what else are you doing at 10:15 on a Thursday, considering you're working for me? And he says, sorry, I'm not coming. I'm going to go to the gym. I think that you should, as an obligation, have to come to Zumba with me.
I'm lost. This has got nothing to do with the knickers segment, so let's move on.
Which it has. That's what's got my knickers in a twist, that you won't come to Zumba with me. Sorry, did I not make that clear?
I just thought that was Holly like bleating on like usual, so I switched. I didn't realise she was actually doing the segment.
Yeah, I was.
Okay, fine.
Why would I talk about that?
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Good one.
Thank you.
So you can come and do this if you want. We can maybe switch places.
No, you can be head of drill
Okay,
in
I'm
the
head of
knickers.
drill. Out of 10,
Yeah.
how twisted are your panties after that experience?
What I like about this is you're never going to be able to go back to full-time employment after working with me on this because of the shit you're saying.
Yeah, I do realise that.
It's the fact you've still got your work polo on, as if, that's ever going to happen.
Yeah,
okay.
I think I wore this outfit on my last day of work.
Nice. So I'd say this is getting my knickers in a twist like 7 out of 10.
7?
Pissing me off. Yeah,
Okay,
so 7 twists. Let's go. Let's see if this works. So much pressure.
Oh,
One, that is good.
2, 3, 4, 5. This is so good. How well is that working? 2 more. 6, 7. Right. So this is currently what your pants look like.
This is going to look so good in my head, and it looks so shit.
Hello, I am here. If you click this thing on the drill,
Yeah.
you can actually, you might think, oh, that's so annoying. I've just got my knickers in a right twist. Like, how am I going to undo them? Hello, you just do reverse. Good, isn't you? Look at that. That is cool, isn't it?
Did you just mansplain getting your knickers in a twist? What's got your knickers in a twist then, Rory Toft?
I've had to sit down because the knickers were in the way of my mic. So I'm just come back to make sure you fully hear what's been getting my knickers in a twist. I don't think you'll be surprised to hear that it's very much related to this podcast that I've been dragged into filming today. So as intern, I was tasked with getting all of this set together. So in the comments or whatever you do on the podcast, let us know, set looking good, bad.
You didn't do all of the set.
I got it all together, ordered it,
You didn't.
put it all together, which is a lot of time and effort. Anyway, this whiteboard is missing half the pieces. That's what's got my knickers in a twist. Holly seems to think
That's so interesting. I'm so pleased that you shared that with us. One thing about Rory that just makes me laugh so much is how his brain works. Like, part of me would think, okay, I'm going on this podcast. There's a segment, knickers in a twist. Like, what is something interesting that I can talk about that has frustrated me this week? But no, that man is so logical. He's like, what has frustrated me most? I know, it's that the bolts and chains didn't come with the whiteboard that I've ordered. Like, how are we meant to discuss that? Like, where did he think that conversation was going to go? Baffles me. People at home are on the edge of their seat. Did he get his whiteboard up or not?
Okay, if that makes the edit, let me know if would annoy you, because it's like I've never had that before. Like, say when
do
you're
we
doing
need to talk about it more?
no, because like say you're putting together something from like IKEA, you just
Yeah.
expect the pieces to be there, and it's always been there. This is the first time I've ever put something together, and they weren't there, and it was incredibly annoying.
Yeah. Okay, so Rory, that was really insightful and interesting. How much out of 10 has that got your knickers in a twist?
I feel like if I do over a 5, the reaction I've got probably suggests that it doesn't warrant that much. Was
No.
it quite a boring story?
It was, I mean, my story was boring, but luckily yours was even more boring, so it kind of helped mine out.
Trying to be a good intern. Okay, I'll go for a 5,
Yeah, I think that's fair.
but they're going to be 5 big ones.
Good, nice.
1, 2, 3, 4. Big one to finish. Oh my, wow, look at that. some serious talk in that drill. So that's a £5. That's literally what I've been walking around with all week due to this whiteboard.
This intern's trying to run the show. Obviously, everything we do here is about lousy advice. So I thought we'd start with some lousy advice that we've heard this week. So Rory, do you want to take it away?
So the lousy advice I've seen, and it was on TikTok, and it's from a guy that quite often comes on my page. He's this like big, muscly, bald American guy.
Nice.
Who's like really intimidating. And his advice was, if you're not earning 100k a month,
yeah,
you're doing something wrong. And I thought, well, I'm not doing that.
Oh. That's a shame.
And probably most people aren't doing that. So yeah, I felt like it was probably quite lousy advice because it felt quite unattainable.
Yeah. I think that's what I like there, Rory, is that normally you would bring something to the table that you could have a bit of a discussion about, but you've given us a point, then you've given us the summary and then said the end.
I thought that's what I was meant to do. No.
I like this because I like the fact that this podcast is it's going to be how we talk. We don't have conversations. We just talk at each other. Do you know what I mean? There's no flow here. Like, it's like we've just met.
Yeah, fine. Okay. What else do you want me to say? Do you know
I think that was good. It was concise.
I can do less if you want and then like leave the floor.
No, do you know what? I think that was absolutely perfect.
Okay.
I think you brought us
earning
a topic.
100k a week, lousy advice. It's not, a month, sorry, not going to happen.
Okay, but then what if you did want to earn 100k a month? What do you think about that?
This guy wasn't. He's like a car salesman. It's not happening.
Oh, it's not happening anyway.
No.
So he was just chatting shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, fine. So we'll just ignore that for now. Do you want to give his in case he wants to shout out?
No, because he's scary.
Okay. We're going to get cancelled by this man, 100k car man. Mine was about high rocks training. This feels intimidating to talk about because I feel like people are going to come for me. But this person's piece of advice that I saw, and I don't know why it was coming up on my For You page, it was infiltrating. There's no such thing as... Fuck, I've written this wrong. I've written there's no such thing as having time, but that doesn't make sense. Oh no, sorry. There's no such thing as not having time. You're just not making it a priority.
How is this any better than mine? At least mine actually was coherent. Yours makes no sense.
No, mine does make sense. Basically, oh no, maybe mine doesn't make sense. Basically, someone was saying, if you don't, you're just not making time a priority, right? They're like, you should be able to fit it all in. Like, you should be able to do your job and do high rocks and do your meal prep and shit. But I'm actually like, why? And this person that was doing it was basically getting up at like 4 a.m. to go to the gym at 5 a.m. to work out before work. And I was a bit like, why are you going to bed at 8 a.m. just to literally be able to do 400 burpees in like an Argos old warehouse amongst a load of other random people? Do you not think?
So you think it was lousy advice just because you don't want to do that?
But, meow. All right.
Well, maybe they're enjoying it.
Or maybe you should earn 100k.
Yeah, fair.
Actually, no, you can't do that because you're employed by me. But I just thought, like, I don't know, I think the high rocks community, like the advice they give, I'm like, they must be like, it's like culty, like they must have something switched in their brain.
I don't know. I think that they're just like physically fitter than us, and maybe they're mentally fitter than us and just able to do things better than us. So I don't want to judge them because I think maybe we're just jealous of the whole situation. Yeah.
I actually could be jealous because it does seem quite cool that you would commit to something, but no, because then this is turning into not lousy advice. But I think that the
lousy part of the advice was, that you can, if you don't not have time, you can create time.
No, that isn't quite right. Oh, my piece of advice is falling at the first hurdle. The advice was, there's no such thing as not having time. You're just not making it a priority.
Okay, fine.
But like, imagine explaining to like a Victorian child like that you like are getting up at 3 a.m. because you need to go and skip round a warehouse with a load of other people, and you've paid £200 for the pleasure. That's what I'm not getting. Adult sports day vibes.
Okay, fine.
But I agree. It is also because they're fitter than me and more interesting and probably more attractive.
No.
You're meant to go in there and say that's not true.
Yeah, of course not. Yeah, as someone that like likes a lie-in, enjoys getting up like no earlier than 8, I could probably agree with you on that one.
And you've always got a bad
It's
back.
nice. We
well.
started the podcast series on agreeing on something, which is good.
Yeah, that is good. But let's move on from that. We don't want to do too much of that, do we?
Do I need to say that I'm your boyfriend or not? People don't care.
I don't
People are going to wonder why I'm here.
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter. You just are here, aren't you?
Fine, let's carry on.
Okay. What's the most lousy piece of work advice that you've received?
Okay, and I'm going first. Yeah.
It appears so, yes.
Okay. I am still a bit nervous, by the way, so I'm like trying to ease into this.
Yeah, that's all right. It's just kind of an interview as well, as whether you're going to get this as a full-time position.
Yeah, I'm nervous that I'm doing a podcast, but I'm also feel like I'm getting interviewed while on podcast.
I know. I think it's because I'm not very good at eye contact, and I'm really staring at you right now. It's quite aggressive, but I don't know where else to look.
So I look at you or people at home. I don't know. Anyway, let's carry on. So what was the question? What's the lousy work advice I've received?
Yes.
I think like I used to work in tech consulting prior to my fantastic internships that I've just started. And when I first started, a lot of people said to me, just say yes to everything.
Yeah.
You need to get yourself involved, say yes to everything. But what I found that meant was you've got so much going on.
Yeah.
All these like side of desk activities, you're like trying to organize some event, you're trying to help with some dinner, you're trying to do some training, etc., etc. You haven't got the time to do it, and you haven't got the time to actually focus on what you're meant to be doing.
Yeah.
So what I would say is scrap that. Actually, what I started to learn is you say no to everything. And something that Holly actually taught me is like being better at not working quite as hard or like working a bit smarter. So she taught me that. I've
not ever told you that. I've never said don't work hard. I said no. Okay, one day basically. Sorry, I'm caveating what you're about to say about how this came up. Is I said to Rory, I've learned so much from you. Like I've learned patience. I've learned like organization. I've learned how to start the dishwasher. I've learned how to like really be an adult, and like you've brought so much like joy and structure to my life, and I really appreciate it. And then I looked at him with like doe eyes and was like, but what have you then learned from me? And he sat there and there was a pause. It
was quite a long pause.
There was a long pause. Then what did you say you'd learned from me?
I just said that I'd learned not to work as hard because I'd seen Holly and she was like just chilling all day, every day, and seemed to be doing okay at work. Whereas I was like getting beasted and didn't feel like I was getting any more out of it.
Right. But
so what I learned was actually, don't put all your life into just like grinding through something that probably isn't worth your time.
Yeah.
Work a bit smarter. Don't say yes to everything. Actually try and say no to as many things as you can.
Yeah.
Like and one day, if you do that, you could be sat here in this intern chair. So
yeah,
if you want to take my advice, do it. If you don't, probably quite
Fuck
wise.
Off.
No.
Okay, right. What was mine? Let me just find that. Oh yeah, I know. Okay.
How have you so much? I think I'm better at this because I'm actually remembering things.
I know, but it's because I'm nervous.
I guess you have to keep the whole show together,
but it's also,
aren't you?
Yeah, it is also because I'm the host. I've also got an intern here that I'm not used to, and I'm an editor of a magazine, so I'm very busy and big time. So it's hard to also think of that and the podcast. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I've got loads of things going on. My piece of advice that I got given at work, someone sat me down and they were like, "You're not playing the game properly. Like, play the game." And I thought, what are we playing here? Like, I don't understand. He was like, you need to stay after, like, stay late, like, your lunch, don't take the whole lunch, like, play the game, like, suck up to people. And I just thought, unfortunately, I don't even understand social skills particularly well as someone that's ADHD and autistic. But, like, when then someone adds in saying play the game, I went full hog, right? I was not leaving the office until I was the last one there.
Yeah.
I was so far up my boss's arseholes, like you couldn't see me.
Weren't you captain of dodgeball team? Or is that
yes, I was captain of the dodgeball team. I was social sec for everything. Any event that went on, I did it.
You're like, oh, that's the game, I'll play it.
Yeah, exactly. And I played the game and I played the game and I played the game. And what happened when I went in that office and I said, look, guys, I'm going to leave if you don't pay me $2,000 more, thinking, well, obviously they're going to want to keep me because I'm fantastic at my job. They said, okay, babe, see you later.
See ya.
Yeah. And I was like, no, hang on. I was just pretending. Like, you're just meant to offer me the $2,000. And they were like, no, babe, bye.
Oh, so, really?
Yeah.
If I ask for $2,000 more, am I getting the same treatment?
Yeah. You're not getting, you're an internship. I think it's unpaid as well for the meantime.
Brilliant. I thought as the intern, I could do some research. Why are we going to rely on what we think when both of us don't really have that strong or helpful opinions? So I've Googled it. Mm-hmm. I've solved it.
Yeah.
So what I've done is I've asked Google to give me some advice on how to enjoy my job more, because I feel like that's probably the problem most people are having is they're not really enjoying their job. So I said, Google, help us out. And this could actually bankrupt the podcast because I think people might just start going to Google instead of listening to this.
Okay.
This is pretty good.
Let's go.
To enjoy your job more, focus on building good relationships, finding purpose in your work, and proactively seeking out opportunities for growth and new challenges. Consider ways to make your workspace more comfortable, set boundaries, and manage stress effectively. So I know it is a bit water's wet from Google because it's kind of just telling us to enjoy it a bit more, but can you argue with that?
Do you know what's really bad is whenever you talk for more than like 15 seconds, I just zone
Yeah, that's what I did before when you were talking. I got lost on that drilling.
Like, you were just kind of bleating. Like, it was just like, do this, go there. And I was like, yeah, sure, babe.
So what do you think of Google's advice? I think it's more helpful than what we said.
I think sometimes when you speak, it's a bit like, it's like a wedding speech, like father of the bride, but you're like 10 minutes in. Do you know what I mean? It's those final bits and you're talking about like your daughter's hardworking and shit. That's the vibe I was getting.
Sorry, is this just podcast or is this like day to day you've been switching off?
Oh, no, I think, day to day it's less obvious when I'm switching off because like I would just talk over you anyway, so it doesn't really make a difference. Whereas here I'm like, I need to listen because you're saying something I have to respond to, but the problem was it's really difficult. Could you say like one line of that, but with a bit more enthusiasm?
To enjoy your job more, focus on building good relationships, finding purpose in your work, and proactively seeking out opportunities for growth and new challenges.
No, it's still bad, isn't it? But yeah, thinking of that advice, I feel like that is pretty water's worth. Thanks, Google. Like, obviously, I'd write there to be new challenges and interesting things to do at work. Right, next segment is called Don't Take My Advice. This is where, as much as I'm sure you're all really enjoying all of my lousy advice, I actually get someone else to give you some lousy advice. Now, we've got a weird mix of people for you to choose from. Basically, what I've done is I've chosen the people that I think are going to give us the most odd take on things. So anyway, I'm going to spin this. They're going to answer your question because we've given out too much lousy advice today. This is going so well.
Did it not spin?
No.
What?
Why are you not spinning?
It did spin.
For anyone that's listening but not watching, our wheel doesn't work.
No, pass it here. Come on. It did spin. Oh, it only goes one way. No,
it doesn't.
Let me have a look.
Okay, it's landed on Trish.
Okay, fine.
So we're going to give Trish a call because I'm running out of patience. I hate when things don't work. It makes me see red.
Sorry,
I cannot for a single second more spin that stupid wheel. Anyway. This intern's getting fired immediately.
Do you want to explain who Trish is before we ring her?
Trish is my friend from tennis. Trish is quite random. She came into my life. I don't know where she was sent from, but she's brilliant. I think she's 62.
I think she's 63. Went to her 63rd birthday party.
Oh yeah, she's 63. She just tells everyone to fuck off. So she's just got good advice. Do you know what I mean?
Nice lady.
Yeah, let's get on the call to Trish. Come on, Trish.
Doesn't like she's answering.
It's
actually quite a good segment.
Well, it's just me ringing Trish. Trish, get the fuck on the phone. Hello, is that Trish?
Yeah.
Hi, babe. I just wanted to ask you a quick question for the podcast. Is that all right?
Yeah, fine.
Okay, perfect. The question is, if you're at work and your colleague keeps asking stupid questions, what should they do about it?
Okay. I mean, I've been in this scenario loads and loads of times.
Yeah.
I'm actually eating a salmon sandwich. Is that really meta?
No, you can eat it.
Salmon sandwich with cream cheese. It was in the sale, so I should,
Was it?
I should eat it. Yeah.
Where did you get it from?
Marks and Spencer's.
Oh, nice, posh.
It's ridiculous because they don't put any salmon in it, do they?
It's annoying. What?
Trish, we're on a bit of a time limit here. If we could get a move on.
Can you not interrupt Trish? Sorry, Rory just interrupted you, Trish. Go. Sorry.
Rory!
Yeah. Fuck off.
Love you, Rory.
Trish, I haven't eaten lunch yet, so I'd appreciate it if you could, just save yours for 5 minutes and then we can both eat it.
Cheese, babe, is there?
Okay, Trish, just unfiltered, what would you do if you had a colleague that's...
Unfiltered?
Yeah.
Unfiltered?
Absolutely. What is your gut reaction?
Someone was being an absolute arsehole and I was at work. Oh, fucking hell, I was going to fuck off. But you can't do that in the real world, can you?
No, that's perfect, Trish. That's all we needed. So I'm going to go now.
Love you. See you soon. I tell you what, I've got the crust left. I'm going to chuck him out the window. Is that okay?
I don't think you're meant to chuck it out the window, no.
No.
No, because the birds, it's recycling.
Okay, love you, bye.
By the way, before you go, I also feed foxes, so you're not allowed to do that either. Love you, bye.
Love you, bye. There we go,
Nice.
that's Trish.
So what was her advice? Could you summarise for that for our listener?
Trish's advice, if you have got a colleague that you're not getting on with and they're asking stupid questions, is you just tell them to fuck off. Is that right?
Yeah, perfect.
Nice. This podcast is finally coming to a close. You can go back to your day and enjoy some of it. How are we finishing off with the intern?
just quickly, let's get it over and done with.
Yeah, let's just get this done. We're both over it. So boring hearing our own voices.
So what I think you should say is follow on IG/TT YouTube vlogs.
No, we're not at
wherever
that.
you get your podcasts.
We're not quite at the finish
Also,
yet.
Oh, sorry.
We have to say what our advice was or something.
Okay,
end,
just
wasn't it?
rewind that a second.
Yeah, just held that in.
The one thing I learned about jobs in my short career was that when people ask me what my job was or what I do for a job, they didn't. As soon as I started talking, I could tell they didn't care, and they turn off pretty quickly. And I was a bit like that. If I ever asked someone and they started telling me, I'd switch off. But I think it didn't help that my job was especially boring, so I'd like really dread getting asked that question. So I think my advice is stop asking people what they do for work. Just let them like go on their merry way and talk about something more fun.
Yeah, I think that's a very good piece of advice, Rory. Well done.
Oh, thanks.
Good piece of lousy advice. I think the piece of advice that I gave to Rory, I think sometimes you're trying too hard. I think sometimes you just got to live and let live.
Am I trying too hard today? Just a bit
No,
more
you're
relaxed.
absolutely not. Unfortunately, do you know what? I think my piece of advice would be to not listen to anything that I say, because every job I had, I quit. My longest stint at a job was 1.5 years. And then I became an influencer, which is also insufferable. So I actually kind of think just don't listen to anything I say.
Yeah.
But also what I would say as an influencer is don't listen to anything that any of us are saying, because none of us know anything, because none of us are really doing that much. So that's what I'd say. That would be my advice. Just ignore it.
So in summary, you've wasted an hour of your life. Don't waste any more.
Yeah,
Don't
just go
listen
and
to
do
us.
something. Turn this off. Like, go and talk to someone that isn't someone with a
We
microphone.
can't say that though. We want people to listen.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they've already listened now. Like, you know, the ads have rolled. It's done. We don't need anything else from you. You can go
Okay,
now.
well, thank you very much if you have listened. I really appreciate it.
All right, brown nose. You're not getting
I'm the
paid.
intern. I need to do these kind of things.
Anyway, that's the end of this episode. Thank you very much for listening. We do really appreciate it.
I do actually appreciate it. If someone has listened, thank you.
Yeah, I also do appreciate it.
Yeah,
It's
I know,
just
but
competition.
Yeah, but I don't think you seem as sincere as I do. Like, I actually genuinely am thankful.
I am really genuinely thankful that you're listening. Thank you.
Can you comment on podcasts? No.
I don't know, what do we ask people
Yeah.
to do?
Okay. Well, if you can comment and if you can add poke share on the podcast. No, if you could leave a comment to say whether you enjoyed it and also the ratio, what I mentioned before, that ratio of Holly to Rory. Have I been a bit too much? Like, has there been too much of me? We can tone it down. We can go down to 99-1 if you want. So
You're just attention seeking because you know people are going to comment being like, oh, I love Rory. You
they're
are.
not. They're going to be like, why is
you're
this bloke on this? Like, I didn't. Like, who is he?
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, thank you very much. If you could share this with friends, if you could share it on your story, that would really help me not only have a successful podcast, but also have something to do in the day. So yeah, I would really appreciate that. Thank you. And if you have any constructive criticism, just don't tell me because I won't be able to take it. Okay, thank you for listening.
And say if someone's wanting more, where might they want to go?
Oh yeah, if you want some more, you can follow me on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube.
Are they going to follow you or the podcast?
You can follow the podcast. And can you please follow? Because I spent ages making this set and it's
No, you
just
didn't.
embarrassing
I
if
did
no
it.
one followed it.
I spent ages.
Yeah, okay. No, you're trying to have the last word here. I can feel it. Also, if you want more, I write something called the Lousy Digest on Substack every week. So you can also get some written word if you don't want to hear me. You can just read it instead. The end.
Thank you very much.
Oh, and if you want to, final thing. I know this is going on and on. You're probably thinking, please just let me go. This is so tedious. If you want to submit your own questions to be answered by someone or your own pieces of lousy advice, we'd absolutely love to hear them. Then can you submit them to that'slousyadvice@gmail.com, and I'm going to make that email as soon as we get off this podcast.
That's lousyadvice@gmail.com.
Yeah, for now. We will pay for a domain if we become successful, but right now we're just going to do a Gmail, I think.
Nice. Send them in.
Yeah, okay. That's
See you
all
next
from
week.
me. Bye.
And that's all from me.
That's all from me.